Hey guys, Delt here. I decided to play Dark and Darker again on stream yesterday, and I wanted to relearn Wizard. Before I started playing Bard, I mained Wizard for about a month or two, but ever since then, I've just been occasionally getting on and playing bonk or Ignite Dagger Wizard, and I wanted to change things up a bit. With the meditation changes that came out a little while ago, along with spell overload, I decided to give it a try. First, I'm going to talk about what skills, perks, and spells I was using, and then I'm going to talk about what I'll probably change them to in the future after thinking about it some more, as well as some other perks that could help out if you didn't like this build exactly how it is. After that, we're just going to get into the gameplay from my stream yesterday, so let's get right into it. First off, we have spell overload. This reduces our memory capacity by 60%, but it also increases all of our spell count by 60%. This is really great for spells that have a lot of different times you could use them, like Ice Bolt, Zap, or Light Orb, but it's also pretty good for getting 2 more fireballs. Quick Chant and Sage both increase our spellcasting speed, as well as Sage giving us a tiny bit more memory capacity since we're losing it with spell overload. And then what I was doing yesterday was just running Mana Surge. This gives us 10% more damage for all of our spells, but I think in the future, I'm going to change this for Arcane Mastery, and I'll explain why later. I was also running Spell Memory, of course, and Meditation to get all of our spells back. This was one of Wizard's biggest downfalls, in my opinion, before. Meditation took a very long time to actually use, and so when I played Wizard, I like to use Intense Focus instead. Having instant fireballs felt like more value to me than sitting and just barely gaining spells anyway. But now, instead of having to use Ignite or our very slow Crystal Sword when we have 5 strength to clear through all the mobs, just being able to spam magic missiles and sit down and meditate and get them back in like 3 seconds feels really nice. And then for our spells, we have Ice Bolt. This is one of our better spells for kiting because it reduces the move speed of enemies as well as their action speed. The action speed doesn't matter as much, but it does help if you're in a fight against a bow. Fireball is basically the primary spell of most wizards. It just deals a ton of damage, it burns people, it does damage over time, and it knocks people back. So if someone's running you down, be careful not to shoot the fireball behind them because it'll put them closer to you, but shoot it in between the two of you so then you get the knockback to actually work in your favor. Magic Missile shoots 10 homing missiles that deal damage, that scale, and you have to stand still when you're using it. So this is going to be primarily the PvE option, to clear all the mobs as quickly as you can. But if you're in a last resort type of situation where you're out of fireballs, people are pushing up to you, you missed a couple ice bolts so you didn't really slow them down, Magic Missile is a great source of last second damage. It's basically your fight or flight spell where you either use that and you kill the person or you just end up dying. I was making sure to have Light Orb as my next spell that was unlocked because it's very good in solo specifically, as well as in teams, just to get rogues out of stealth. Rogues are one of your biggest counter. If they stealth behind you and use Cutthroat, you can't use any of your spells and you just die. There's nothing you can do about it. Having Light Orbs, you can just sort of shoot them around all the time and make sure that there's no rogues hiding in stealth waiting for you to come by. And then you could just meditate and sit down and get them all back pretty much instantly. I swear all 8 of these, it takes like 2 or 3 seconds and it feels amazing. And then I was running Zap as my last spell just because if I could get that 1 more spell capacity, it would be nice to have to sort of Ice Bolt Zap, Ice Bolt Zap. And for the most part, I didn't really get it anyway. But in the future, I think I'm going to take that off and go for Invisibility. Invisibility helps us with our move speed, and it also makes us invisible, so you can somewhat juke people out and have a higher outplay potential than if you don't have it. Haste would be good too, but the reason that I think I'm going to be bringing Invis is because of the perk I said earlier. Arcane Mastery is the one thing I'm going to change, and I'm changing Arcane Mastery to make invisibility better. It gives you 5% more arcane magical damage bonus, which only works with Magic Missile, but it also reduces the cast time of arcane spells, which is both Magic Missile and invisibility. This pretty much makes Invis a 0.5 second cooldown, if not shorter. It feels almost instant, and then you can quickly get that 5% move speed and go invis and try to juke people out. It's really nice to have, and I think that's what I'm going to be doing here. For a couple other things that could work with this build, if you didn't want to run Arcane Mastery, you could run Fire Mastery. This reduces the healing, but if you did this, I would definitely change Ice Bolt for Zap, which does make you a little bit worse at kiting, but it's not letting people heal like Clerics, or Second Wind does half the amount of healing, etc. Ice shield could also work really good too. It gives you armor, and if people hit you, they lose move speed. It's not a giant time that they lose move speed. It's only a half a second, but that will make the difference of 1 swing or 2 swings. So I highly recommend this if you're learning wizard. I would run it all the time because I ran bonk wizard a lot and roundel dagger wizard. But even with spellcasting wizard, this could be good too. And then the only other one that I could really recommend putting on is ice mastery. This makes it to where your ice bolts freeze and basically root for a half a second. So if people just start chasing after you and you start spamming ice bolts because you have 8 of them, you could definitely use this to your advantage to not let people ever get close to you. I am personally not as good with ice bolts as I would like to be yet to use this, and that's why I'm not. So yeah. What I'm going to be doing in the future is Spell Overload, Arcane Mastery, Quick Chant, and Sage. But in all the PvP clips you're about to see, this was Mana Search. So yeah, hope you enjoy. Hello, Mr. Bard. RIP. Mr. Skeletons, you're in the way. Ouchie. I was hoping I would get that down before. Got him. I don't like how dark it is in here. Knowledge. Yeah. He went the other way. RIP. Meditate OP. Oops, didn't mean to drop down. Oh well. She reached me? Crazy. Wizard! We did it. Does he have anything? Hey look, more heals. I don't need to buy any now. No, he doesn't have anything. Oh no. I kind of feel bad, but also I think he was a barbarian, so I don't feel as bad. Not stealth. Maybe? I knew it. Got him. Unchained. Hit myself with that. Alright, he's underneath. He's no longer underneath. I screwed that up. Please get away from me. He still hit me, even though I ice bolted him. Okay. It's another fighter. Alright, I knocked him back and he still hit me. This is going well. Oh, there's a person literally right here. Okay. Wizard seems drunk. Oops, I got stuck. He's backing up though. Oh, it's a warlock? Interesting. Totally thought it was another fighter. Okay, well I can't really deal with these mobs. So, goodbye. Oops. There's a druid coming. And I just wasted that. I have no more fireballs, which doesn't feel nice. Well, that works, I guess. Cross the room. I just got myself killed by missing that. Hello, cleric. He can outrun me in plate gear, by the way. Good job, Iron Mace.